Most businesses don't think about their server until no one can log in. It's 8:07 on a Monday morning, staff starts showing up, and someone tries to open a file, won't load. And another person tries to access their email, again, doesn't load. Printers stop working, accounting software won't open, and now the phones start ringing. At first, everyone just assumes it's some sort of weird internet issue, and then someone walks over to the server room and notices that it's either not on, or worse, it's starting to throw errors. And now the clock is ticking. When the server crashes, most businesses realize pretty quickly that much of their company depends on that small box in the corner of their office. Your shared files, QuickBooks databases, ERP systems, logons, printer management, line of business apps, maybe even your phones or your Wi-Fi authentication. Everything starts to break one piece at a time. And the scary part is, the actual hardware failure is usually only the beginning. Because now you have to answer the real question. How old are my backups? Did the backup complete successfully? And how long will it take to recover? Where even are the backups? And who has access to them? And what if the restore fails? This is where businesses learn the difference between what's known as a backup and having a disaster recovery plan. A backup just means the data exists somewhere. Disaster recovery means that the business can actually keep operating and recover quickly. And when something goes wrong, those two things are very different. Because if you only have a backup and it's on a drive right beside the server, but it's from 6 years ago or 6 months ago, it's not all that helpful. And unfortunately, the server crash rarely happens at a convenient time. Hard drives fail, RAID arrays corrupt, Windows updates go a little sideways. There's an assortment of things that can go wrong. Sometimes it's dramatic, sometimes it's just a small component that fails. Hey, it can even be just a wire that stops working, but everything comes to a halt. And every hour that your systems are down, it costs you money. Employees sit idle, orders don't get delivered, customers start getting frustrated, production stops, people start using their own personal devices as a workaround to try and survive the day. That's why modern IT planning is less about preventing every failure, because eventually something will fail, and more about designing a system so that failures don't destroy the entire business. Good IT setups assume that bad things will happen eventually. And that means that the backups need to be monitored, offsite copies should be created, recovery testing should be happening, redundant hardware should be available, there should be some battery backups, documentation about how to do that recovery, alerting systems if something were to go sideways, and a recovery procedure in place, and tested on a regular basis. Because the businesses that recover the fastest are not usually the businesses that have the fanciest technology, they're the businesses that have planned ahead, before the disaster even showed up. And honestly, most server disasters don't happen because there's some hacker just typing away, breaking into things. A lot of the time it's some hardware has failed on the server, or something's gone corrupt, and the backups are not suitable to recover properly. These failures have cost businesses millions of dollars. So if you don't know how old your backups are, how long it would take to recover, or what would happen if your server died tomorrow, that's probably something you should figure out before tomorrow happens.